What's up, everybody? We're live. Hey, I'm gonna need you guys in the chat to make sure my mic sounds clear because I realized last week there was something up with my mic. What's up, NPC? Brian? Yeah. Luke? By the way, opening question, guys. Will women ever listen to men and the things that men are saying? The problems men are having with the modern woman these days. Will women ever listen, guys? That's the question we're going to explore today. I got a nice frosted mug here, guys. Go Cougs. I'm drinking some IPAs tonight. Yeah, you know, guys. You know I'm starting off with my space dust. What's up, Chris? What's up, SM? What's up, Nicholas? Did you guys notice that last week, man? That sucks. I apologize. Such a bummer thing to have going on. A little mic error. We got a fun one today, guys. Oh, not only do we have a fun one, that is perfect. Oh, that's good. It's going to be good. I was out spending a lot of time doing some yard work today, chopping down blackberry bushes. Nothing like a nice cold beer. What's up, Miles? Hey, Prayer. Day Drive. Hey, Miles came over from the CJA collab. Appreciate it, man. Glad to have you on here. CJ's the man. Yeah. Prayer, you noticed that. That's right. So my mic was off when I changed between the scenes. Yeah. What's up, Chad? What's up, Reggie? I don't know why it was doing that, guys. So I'm just warning you right now. I'm going to try the scenes without the headphones. So when we start today, and then I'm going to be watching the chat for sure to make sure, you know, it's working out. You guys know me too. A lot of you guys have been on for multiple streams. You know me, right? If something's wrong, just let me know. I would much rather know about that than if you guys are just being polite or something. Like if the sound sucks, there's a reason for that, and I want to fix it. It's going down, guys. It's going down. Ooh. Maybe I'll write down some of my hotkeys here so I can get them ready quicker. You know my hotkeys you guys got? Let's see. Oh, I guess I could try some of these right now. Like, what do we have here? This, oh yeah, this is kind of.
She's the village bicycle. Everyone's had a ride.
All right. Maybe I can do that a little louder. We'll see. I don't know.
But I love her though.
She belongs to the street.
So sad, so sad, so sad. That chicken chose.
She belongs to the street.
You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
Hey, with that, guys, that sound fine? Without the headphones in? What's up, Striped? Life Marketing, what's up, man? Haven't seen you on here yet. Good stuff. Reminder, you got 20 seconds. Grab a drink if you have one. Oh, you guys know. All right, one last time, guys. Opening question. Will women ever listen to men and the things men are trying to say? Will they ever open up their ears and listen? God gave us two of them for a reason. Will they use them? We'll find out. Okay, so today's presentation, guys, is a total shout out to our man Buful03. Buful03 on Instagram. So he sent me this video we're about to watch. I think this past Saturday. And he said, thought you might, or this video might interest you. And I started watching it, and just like I said here, man, it looks like gold. So shout out to him. Thank you, Bu. I asked him if it was cool to show his Instagram. So thank you, man, for that. Guys, if you have ever anything that might be interesting to break down, send it to me. If you send it to me in a DM, I will ask you if you want to be shouted out. If I just see it on like a YouTube post or something and it's out there in the public, I'll just like put your name up here and be like, hey, they shout it to them. But anyway, shout out to Buful03 for this. He dug up an old piece of gold for us, guys. An old piece of gold. So what we are going to break down today is from let me see if I have this right. 1992. Okay, 1992, guys. There is this talk show. Can't even remember what it's called on here. But this talk show where it's all females in the audience. And there's 3 different men that are basically in the hot seat and giving their thoughts on women. And then you got the crowd of women and a female host here. So again, we're going to see how well do women listen. This was from 1992. So why I brought that up is because it's so interesting to see and hear some of the things that these women say, some of the attitudes that they have, and just compare it with the women that we see today. Because by comparison, that should show us a lot whether women were listening. Because if we see some behaviors that we still see today from 1992, that can kind of already give us an answer to the stream's question. But this is going to be some fun, guys. Now, and shout out to Chandra Sekar F. That's the channel that it was on for this. Now, before we get started with this, guys, remember, all female audience. And I want to put in the back of your mind, this is part of the question to think about. All right. So, when I did the stream, the 5 main reasons that men are walking away. They're just walking away from the at least committed relationships. And 5 of these main reasons were the corrupt court systems, propaganda and culture hating on men, attitudes of most modern women, lack of relationship benefits, and freedom to live life on your own terms. I want us to just focus on 2 of those 5 today. We're going to focus on the second one, propaganda and culture hating on men, and the third one, attitudes of most modern women. So again, watch and understand. This is why this is important for guys to see too, because right, if we see things from 1992 and it's now 2021, and you hear the same old talking points, stuff like that, then this is what we talk about when we talk about mainstream propaganda, where man bad, woman good. So this is the second reason that men are walking away, is TV shows and movies show that men are big buffoons and big dummies. The woman is the hero. The patriarchy enslaves women, right? We got the masculinity bad, the Gillette ad, all that crap. Believe all women. And then divorcees and single mothers are praised, right? So there's this propaganda that is shot at us from everywhere. Talk shows like we're going to see, mainstream media, ads that you walk around when you see in the mall, everywhere you go. Mainstream propaganda usually has a connotation where woman hero, man bad in some sort. And the other part here, the third reason men are walking away here to focus on, is modern attitude toward men. Just understand, just look into the attitude that these women in the audience have from 1992, and we're going to see some very similar things that we still run into today. Again, this is why we constantly talk about this. It's so hard for a woman to grow up today and to also not be brainwashed into all of this to become what you might call a unicorn. And then there'd be a whole bunch of other things she would need on top of that, right? But Just think, all of this stuff, this is why we always say, right? Hey, maybe it's not all women, but the situation here, society and culture, it's a bad spot to be in. So focus, guys, on the propaganda of like men bad, women good, and the attitude of these women towards the men. So here we go.
A man says women say one thing but mean another. Another man teaches other men how to get women into bed. And finally, one man says men need to learn to listen to what women want, what men really think of women today.
I love old shows, like this is fun.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if you noticed by the shots that we're taking, but this is an audience of all women today. We have invited them here for a reason, because we have three men with different points of view. These three men think they know what women think, and today we will find out.
Okay, here's where we're going to stop. You guys know how we're going to do it. We're going to buy in a little bit with our three fighters here. By the way, time out, sound check. Do I need to put the movie louder, my voice lower, louder? Guys, I'm going to be watching the chat for that. But we're going to start with... We got a Prince quiz, guys. And here is our Prince quiz. It's called Spot the Betamon of the group. All right, guys, spot the Betamon of the group. This is a prediction before we see them. So, in this audience, in these three guys, who is the one? There's a pickup artist. Two, there's an MRA, men's rights activist. And three, there's a male feminist. So, when I say spot the Betamon of the group, I am surely asking you guys, which of these three do you believe is the male feminist? The Betamon. Betamon. Okay, guys, so in the chat here, next to the letter 1, who do you think is a PUA? We have Bruce up here in the top. We got Ross on the bottom left, and we have Mel on the bottom right. So fill in 1, 2, and 3. What do you believe? Just take your guess of who each of these guys are. We'll see, guys. I'll let you guys populate that out. Also, guys, I'm checking for the chat. Let me know whether the voice thing needs to work, because I do not want anyone to have to sit through a whole stream where the sound is off. All right, I see some stuff coming in here. Bruce is 1, the PUA. Ross is 2, the MRA. And Mel is 3, the male feminist. All right, we'll see, guys. Get your votes in. Those of you on the replay, pause it and get your votes in. Okay, some of you guys know too. Some of you guys know. Hey, and shout out to our man Beauful03. If he's in the chat, shout you out for this. Love this. All right, guys. As you guys are populating that up, we're gonna get rolling again with this. And for this one, we're gonna play this game again for drinking game rules. If you have a drink in your hand or nearby, anytime a man doesn't back down and holds his ground, and he has balls, when he's unapologetically himself, cheers and drink with him. We're also going to play the opposite. If any of these guys totally pander to the women, get grossed out and take a drink. So if they have balls or they pander to the women, we're drinking for this one. If you see this, which I will probably forget, it's a reminder to take a drink. All right, I think we're ready. I think we're absolutely ready now for this stuff.
Ross Jeffries. He says he got tired of being Mr. Nice Guy and being dumped by women. So he changed his ways and he wrote a book for other men who feel the same way. It is called How to Get the Women You Desire into Bed. This is Mel Fight. Mel says women say they want a sensitive guy, but the minute men get sensitive, women run the other way. And finally, Bruce Weinstein. Bruce says he is pro-feminist and pro-woman. He thinks men would be a lot better off if they only learned to listen to what women have to say.
All right, hold on, you guys. This is where we're gonna have to do a little slow action replay on this one.
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
All right, guys, I'm not gonna let this slip. We're gonna do a quick little rewind on our man Bruce the Betamon's face. The guy on the right is a self-proclaimed male feminist, and here is what we're going to watch for. The plantation mindset. When we talk about the plantation, getting off the plantation, to me, I look at that as a mindset that men live in. It's a state of mind where a man uses the gauge of women to determine his own worth. In other words, being trapped in the rat race of living for a woman rather than yourself. Or maybe in Bruce's case, living for all women rather than living for himself. I'm already taking a drink because of Betamon Bruce selling us men out. Makes me cringe. But this type of mindset, and here's what I mean. Watch this guy. He's living for validation, guys. He's living for validation from women. Right here. Watch his face light up and cheer on when he gets the validation from women.
And finally, Bruce Weinstein. Bruce says he is pro-feminist and pro-woman. He thinks men would be a lot better off if they only learned to listen to what women have to say. Well, Ross and Mel, I guess you already realize that your positions are in the minority here.
No surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay out of this for a minute or two, and I want everybody. I'm just gonna fire off some questions, okay? Just so we get some answers, all right? And I may leave some of those balls hanging up there for you ladies to slam dunk later on, but that's your prerogative, all right? Ross, what do women really want?
I don't care what they want. I only care what they respond to. See, my focus is a little bit different from your other guests. There's what women say they want, there's what women think they want, and then there's what they actually respond to. I'm not an academic, I'm not a theoretician. I'm interested in what works on the street when it's time to date and mate. And what women actually respond to is not what they say they want.
So what do they respond to?
They really respond to a guy who's a challenge, a guy who's a question mark, a guy who keeps them guessing. You see, in the beginning, the less attractive you are physically, the more you have to rely on your attitude. And that's what I wrote my book for. I wrote my book for the average-looking, even ugly guy who goes out there in the real world and tries to be a nice guy, gets his head kicked in.
So no.
All right. So first off, if you have a drink in hand, I'm going to drink to our man Ross here because he stuck to his guns when they said, you know, what do women want? He said, I don't care what they want. I care what they respond to. That is a guy not backing down. Right? That's not that. What's his name? Betamon Bruce would not say anything like that ever. So I'm gonna drink to Ross here, and I do like this. This is a scientist approach. It is a scientist approach. I don't care what they want. I care what they respond to. That's how my life went. I was told so many times, guys, the Betamon programming about like tell her how you feel. You'll be there. You know, always be there for her. Make sure, you know, she knows that she can count on you. All that crap. I lived through that. And in my mind, I, at one point, finally got a little bit too smart for it because I was like, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. And so I kind of had that mindset. It's like, all right, this is what they're telling me they want. But what actually works? And at the time, I remember, guys, at the time, I was like, I mean, I was upstairs, like, you know, in my parents' house. It was like just as I was getting ready to finish high school. And I remember like trying to figure out information on this. And I read some ebook that I spent 47 or 97 bucks on or something like that about women. That was like my start. Because back in those days, guys, it wasn't just here. You can just go on YouTube and find this stuff. Back in those days, it was like you have to like read these long sales letters and do this and that. And it's like, I don't know if this guy has any idea what he's talking about, but I'm going to give it a shot because I needed to learn something new. So I do like that scientist approach. I don't care what they want. I care what they respond to.
Mr. Nice Guy.
You can be pleasant. You see, we got to define our terms. By nice, I mean accommodating. When you accommodate, you get what the commode gets. You get the crapola. You have to learn how to say no to a woman.
Yeah. As I said, I'm going to let a lot of these things hang, and you can all take them on later. But so this, I guess, attitude is your word. This attitude that you now have is more appealing to women?
The attitude is vastly more appealing. Basically, the attitude is, I make no excuses for what I want. And number two, I don't need you, you need me. Now, bear in mind, I don't verbalize it. Exactly. Now, you see this response here. You should never verbalize the attitude. You show it in your behavior.
You're sitting here pointing your finger at him. Stand up and tell us why you're pointing at him.
Okay, this is, guys, remember, this is funny. I got to give this guy some props because this was 1992. I was such a Betamon in 1992. I was 4 years old. So ahead of his time. I'll say it like that. Yeah, you can't, it's what we always say too, even about anything with Red Pill or MGTOW. You can't talk about Fight Club. You can't talk about it. But just like he said there, I don't need you, you need me. That's his attitude, but he says that you can't verbalize it. And that is one thing that I do, that is something that I run into frequently with texting, guys. A lot of guys try to force texting. They try to verbalize what they're supposed to build. Build a busy image. Build an image that you're a guy going places. You're a guy on your purpose. And how do you build that image? By taking your time to reply. Never replying quicker than she replies to you. Not double texting her. Not just texting her because you're bored. Right? You do all these things because it tells her, it communicates the same thing. I don't need you. You need me. But some guys will read part of this. Oh, I got to be busy. And they'll literally, you know, send me DMs. Hey, look at this. What do you think about this? And it's like they're sending girl like, hey, I'm really busy. Can't really talk much. How was your day? It's like they're trying to force it. They're trying to convince the girl that they're busy. And it's like, no, dude. And then you're asking her how her day was. If you're really busy, you wouldn't be asking that. So it's that same type of idea like you said there. It's like you have to internalize it and you have to show it. You can't tell it. If you say it out loud, just like this, the women will react like that. If you say it out loud, the girl is going to be like, yeah, I don't believe this guy. A lot of guys act like that. But yeah, right, I'll make him break like, you know, all the other ones. You got to show it. And with texting, you guys, you have to be freaking patient. Super duper patient.
No, I was just saying that he's just got this prejudgment of what women are like. And I think what he should do is just develop his own self. And then he's going to find these relationships
The
work
sleaze
better.
bag you see is the real me. I found the real me.
I think you've prejudged us. I mean, the audience reaction at the top of the show showed that the women here have prejudged us. I think it's a sad comment on women that they respond to the kind of manipulative behavior that Ross is encouraging that men do. That's a sad comment on you. Listen,
yourself, and that should be a right person.
You know what I found? I found that the nice guys who, when I'm on the radio or TV, nice guys call up and go, well, it wouldn't be myself. It's the nice guy who's the phony, who's not being his real self, because he's afraid he can't do any better.
So you're going back to my point. All men are jerks.
No.
And some hide it.
No.
Isn't it? Wait a minute.
Okay, so this boy-looking Asian woman says, well, I think, you know, guys, the genius advice we get from women. Just be yourself. I think you should just be yourself. And Ross says, hey, I think nice guys are phony. I think nice guys aren't actually being themselves. They're putting up with things they don't want to because they're expecting some reward for it, right? They're being inauthentic. If you don't want to go drive to a girl's house to pick her up because her car broke down, then don't do it. If a nice guy does it, right, he's doing it to get with the girl. He's doing it when he wouldn't actually want to. So nice guys are inauthentic in that avenue, which I agree with completely in that type of scenario. A lot of like the nice guys, the male feminists, right? Well, let's play a little... Oh no, what did I just do? Wow, actually I just found out a new hotkey though, I guess, for my videos. That's right, guys, I know where I'm at. I'm at right here. And what I wanted to do was this.
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
I want to see, is this right? I forgot how to do it, guys. I freaking forgot how to... No. How do I do that? Hold on, I'll look right here. Oh. Is that it? Hold on. No? Oh boy. Alright. Brain fart. Anyway, we're going to get back to this part here because watch what happens. Watch how women... We're going back to the beginning here of the question of this live stream. Do women listen? So what Ross was making the point of, right? The nice guy being inauthentic, all that stuff. And you could go somewhere with that. Watch how women conflate it to hear what they want to hear. Watch how they do it. It's their word magic. This is why you can't talk it into them. I keep thinking I can talk women into this. I feel like I can just like, oh, I'll teach you and you'll understand. It doesn't. This is from 1992. That's why I'm showing you guys this. It's so funny to me because I learned this lesson over and over again. You can't teach them this.
He can't do any better.
So you're going back to my point. All men are jerks?
No.
And some hide it. Isn't that, wait a minute.
There it is. There it is. Whatever he said doesn't matter. We're going back to my point. All men are jerks and some hide it. Okay? Well, how about this, guys? Women's modern attitude towards men. This is why guys are like, dude, that's gross. If that's your preset attitude, that's gross. Why is it like that in the mainstream propaganda? All over the place, just like these talk shows. They just reinforce it. And that's their funny thing that they laugh at. All men are jerks. Some of them hide it better than others. We hear this over and over again. We still hear it today. The exact same thing.
Wait a minute. But isn't that what you just said? Is all men are sort of jerks and some of them try to sugarcoat it? Is that what you just said?
No, what I'm saying is that... What I'm saying is,
I said I was going to stay out of it, and I can't.
What I'm saying is that there's a massive power imbalance in favor of women when it comes to dating and sex. And women, through their behavior, through showing men what they actually respond to, force men to act in a certain way. Yes, there is a power balance.
It's a great point, right? It's exactly what it is. There's a power imbalance with relationships. He mentioned this in 1992, guys. I can tell you, like I've said, I noticed in the last 10 years an incredible shift because of the online dating apps and social media. He noticed in 1992 the same type of idea, that there's a power imbalance in relationships. It's gotten way worse than back then because of now. Okay, there was already a power imbalance because we know this. Women can get dates and sex easily no matter what. No one can argue, like, or I wouldn't debate anyone on that I think that that's wrong. I totally agree. Women get dates and sex super duper easy. No problem. But they don't get commitment from the men they want. Men guard commitment. Women guard the dates and sex. So there's a power imbalance because women can have dates and they can get sex when they want to. In normal relationships, there's a power imbalance because they can get that more easily. Think about that. Men hold the relationship commitment card, but you only use that card once. So the guy that has that card, if he's sitting here holding it and he gives that card away, he can't use that card anymore because now he's off the market. So there's a power imbalance. There's always been a power imbalance and it's gotten way, way worse before. And so what happens when there's a power imbalance? You have to do things differently. Guys, it's the same thing that I know of when I know, and I've said this before, and it's true. When I see a girl that is intimidatingly hot to most men, a girl that most guys are like, oh God, I don't even know what to say, I'm scared. She's intimidating hot. To me, in my head, I go, this is going to be a little bit easier than the average girl. Yeah, and I'm telling you guys this because think about this. I know that I can easily stand out with this intimidatingly hot woman because I'm not scared to say what I want. I'm not scared to call her out. I can get to that super quickly with that girl. When I'm online dating a girl, if it's a super duper attractive girl, I'm going to find that as quick as often how to get in there and pounce and to say something that pattern interrupts her where she just goes, most men wouldn't have the balls to say that to me. And then all of a sudden I have a fast track with this girl. Whereas the average girl, more guys are willing. They're like, well, she's not as intimidating, so there's more guys fighting over her. It's harder to stand out in that avenue. But that's because there's this power imbalance. Again, there was in 1992, and it's way worse now for the average man with the average woman.
There is a power imbalance in our society, but who wields the power? It is men who wield the power, and I'm here to say, I'm here today to say that it is time for men to give up our power and authority and our privilege because we have dominated women, we have dominated other men, we have dominated the planet for too long, and it has got to stop.
This is what women want.
You teach me and I'll teach you.
Betamon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Betamon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Betamon Bruce strikes again. No backbone, Betamon Bruce. Guys, drink in hand. Drink to that disgusting shell of a man. Betamon Bruce. This is his life. Betamon Bruce. His life is this. This is one of the lessons you got to learn. If you treat her like a queen, she will treat you like a servant. When you put her needs above your own, or the future is female, everything about women, we need to give up our power and give it to women, like Betamon Bruce is saying here. She will start ruling over you like a queen does to her servants. You guys seen Game of Thrones? Queen Cersei? Well, what also happened to the Dragon Queen at the very end? How did she handle her power of everyone submitting to her? Not everyone likes the ending of that show, and I'm going to spoil it for any of you guys that haven't got there yet. But this is the truth with women. When you give them power, they look at you like you're beneath them. And Betamon Bruce, all these women are clapping, but they look at Betamon Bruce like he's nothing. He's just some transparent thing that they look through, and they're just like clapped because it's like, oh, look, he's on our team, but they want nothing to do with that guy. Disgusting.
They want to hear this. If women want, what you want is you want to hear that we're jerks. You want to hear that we have all the power. You know, the most important unspoken truth about men is that we are very angry. A lot of us are very angry at women. And this is a good example. You're showing why we're angry. You're not even listening. You don't want to listen to what we have to say. And
I'm afraid that they heard it.
I don't think I heard it all. And I think, you know, the reason that men don't communicate about their anger, we keep it secret, is because when we try to tell you why we're angry, you respond with ridicule, with disbelief,
why are you angry?
or your own anger. I'm not angry.
How many men can relate to what he just said there? Put a yes in the chat or a Y in the chat if you can, an N or a no if you can't. If you can relate to so many men not trying to explain their frustration to women because they feel like the women will ridicule them or not listen or laugh at them or blame shift somehow. How many men have learned this and they just stopped trying? How many men in the chat, guys? This would be a good real life type poll. Yeah. Oh no, Brass Junkie! I just saw this. So I don't know, and I don't know like Ross Jeffries' views at all either. Currently, Bruce now identifies as a girl and protests for BM. Interesting. Okay, well, you're gonna see something later in this. What's up, Danny? What's up, guys? Cam. Oh, all right. And they like it. Yeah, Seth. Well, yes, exactly. Because you're not a Betamon, Seth. All right. Okay. So that's called the Great Wall of Silence. That's good. That's good. All right. I can go a little bit more before I have to refill my beer. By the way, guys, drinking games, right? It's just a quick one. If a guy has balls, he doesn't back down. Take a drink. Cheers to him. If a guy backs down, panders to women like Betamon Bruce, drink in disgust.
I'm satisfied because I know how to manipulate women and get what I want. But let me say, his point is so preposterous. Get a shot of this audience. Every woman sitting here is sitting on more power than Con Edison pumps out in 10 years. You control the access to sex, and that is an incredible amount of power.
The man asks, the woman says yes or no. She has the power, and that makes, wait a second, a lot of men feel, you don't know this, but it's the truth, a lot of men feel powerless and degraded and dehumanized by the sexual system whereby the man asks and the woman decides. We feel harassed every minute of every day of our lives, and it's about time that you understand that.
Wait, I'm sorry, 1 second. Bruce, Mel, stand up.
Oh, by the way, hold on, guys. This is something that I'm just noticing kind of as this is going. And we'll get right back to that same part, but notice...
But it's the truth. A lot of men feel powerless and degraded and dehumanized by the sexual system whereby the man asks and the woman decides. We feel harassed every minute of every day of our lives, and it's about time that you...
Okay. So notice this. This is just going to be a body language tip. Notice on the left here, Ross, and notice his body language. He's leaning out. He's not coming into the action, right? He's leaning out here. And he's letting it come to him. And notice, like, just as you see them, notice how if any of the other guys shift their body language a little bit towards him, it's coming into his dominance, basically. So something on a date that I always notice with women, and this is basically when I start to notice, like, oh yeah, she's mine, is I'm always going to be neutral where I'm sitting or leaning back a little bit, just comfortable, taking my time. And then, right, I'm talking my normal pace. And the girl, as the night goes on, she's getting closer because she wants to hear. She wants to be closer to you. So that's how you can sit back and see. You sit back, she, throughout the date, she's, maybe sitting back. She's crossing her arms. That means she's closed off. Well, as the date goes on, if you're doing it right, you're, making her talk, getting it back on her, asking her questions, her arms will open up. She's opened up her body, opened up her mind to you, basically. And her body will come forward. So this works in all body language. You'll see if you would call somebody the alpha or somebody that's going to control the room. Even if you're sitting, notice this, guys, where a woman's legs are pointed. Notice, like, under her waist, look where her legs are pointed. So if you're sitting down in a event with, 3 or 4 other women, notice where the legs are pointed, because as you go throughout your night, this happened to me all the time as a school teacher because I was around women all the time. Most rooms I'd walk into, because even some of the other guys there was like one other guy that was like not a pushover. The other males that were, teaching elementary school, in my opinion, were Betamon pushovers. So in every room, right, if I was going to come in, at some point, you'll start to notice the legs will start to point towards you like a magnet. The women will naturally be attracted to a masculine or a strong man. And even here, you're going to see a little bit where Ross is not going to give up his frame. He's just having fun doing whatever, but other people are going to come into his frame. It's maybe not going to be perfectly shown to you right here, but this is stuff on a date all the time you'll notice with women. And that's what I love about women, is they're followers. And so you can start to see that stuff. And then, to me, right, going on dates is fun because it's like, it's kind of like, yeah, it's a video game you're good at. So It's still thrilling. It's still exciting. You still have to be on your game, but it's not all scared where you have to wonder what's going to happen next because you start to see these little things. You're like, oh, dang, this is going good. It's, yeah, we're all good from here.
Understand that. When
Mel,
we look at
wait, I'm sorry, 1 second. Bruce, Mel, stand up. Now, doesn't that invite harassment?
No, what it invites is hypocrisy. What it invites is, you know, the fashion rage for women this year is a man's suit and tie. When you decide to ridicule me and my skirt, you've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding, Faith.
I don't like the length, and I don't think it matches the sweater is my problem with it.
Now, wait a second. I said that when men stand up for themselves, what do they expect from women? Ridicule. You proved it, didn't you?
I did. I'm guilty right here. I admit.
Okay, this was I didn't know what was going on when I first watched this because I didn't know what he was wearing. I remember going, is that guy wearing a dress? But I was like, nah, it's just blurry footage or whatever until that happened. So he was wearing a dress. Now, I didn't know anything about this guy. New information from you guys in the chat maybe make me change my opinion. But in 1992, I was like, I don't know anything about this. He could just be wearing the dress to make a statement. I'm not a fan of men wearing dresses because these days I think that is brainwashing a lot of children. And you see Illuminati puppets doing stuff like that to literally confuse children. So I stay away from that type of thing. When I was watching this, I didn't know if he was just like, I'm just doing this to make a statement or not. Because, you know, today's a different world than it was in 92. In 92, this was super weird to see. So it could have just been, oh, I'm just doing this for a statement. But apparently he transitioned to a woman or something. What a freaking crazy world, guys. We're living in a crazy world. I feel like you guys are some of the only sane people in my world. I just don't understand how some people live, man. These days, it's so wild. It's so incredibly wild. All right. Now. Oh, yeah. We got to replay this, though. Check this out. This is good.
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
Okay. Now. Notice this part. When we talk about women being psychological ninjas, you guys got to remember, right? Us men were blessed with some of the physical strength, some of the things with like our skin. It's not, you know, we're going to also part of kind of the wall thing, you know, men are going to age a little better. And, you know, we've gotten certain gifts. Women have that emotional, psychological ninja type gift where they can cut people apart mentally. They can get a simp on their finger and they can own this man. Women know how to play this game. If a woman's playing dumb, understand she's playing dumb. She knows what she's doing. She's just good at doing it to get what she wants. And so what we're about to see here, when we're going to show you that little replay here, is notice how quick women are with this mental game, which again, side note, I love this. That's what I always say. I love getting into an arena with a woman and battling my wit with hers. I love it. That is fun. This is a battle. Let's go. You're going to try to say something. You think that's going to throw me off. I'm already like 4 steps ahead of you. I already have you in checkmate. You have no idea. But let's see how this game plays out. And I just let her make her little moves. And I'm just like, I got her in checkmate in 4 moves. I love that game. That's so fun to me. But notice, if you don't like this game, dating's going to suck for you. Because watch what happens here is that the MRA, men's rights activist here, brings up a good point. He goes, whoa, you're shaming me. You're shaming me for what I'm wearing? You're shaming me for wanting to wear a dress? Isn't that hypocritical? Because we've always said, you know, women are just going to critique you instead of listening to things you have to say. Now, watch what she does, though. This is fantastic. So quick. It's right. This is so quick on her part. Because he plays it cool, like, look at that. I just proved my point. You shamed me. But watch how quick she turns this on him, guys. This is what I'm telling you. This is the gift that women have, the gift of gab in a lot of cases.
You understand that? When
Mel,
we look at
wait, I'm sorry, 1 second. Bruce, Mel, stand up. Now, doesn't that invite harassment?
No, what it invites is hypocrisy. What it invites is, you know, the fashion rage for women this year is a man's suit and tie.
Okay, so just stop right here. She comes in and goes, well, you're wearing a dress. Isn't that inviting harassment? Yes, guys, I already know. In my mind, we could spin this on all the women that say, what I wear shouldn't invite harassment and all that stuff, right? I already know that. That's, of course. But I'm just getting back into this little arena there going, okay. So she comes in and goes, well, your dress, isn't that inviting harassment? She's kind of like giving him like she's just kind of coming in there as a joke, basically. And he holds his own very coolly, which, by the way, I'll drink to him on this one. That he holds his cool. And it's like, see what you did there? That's crazy. You're going to make fun of what I'm wearing instead of listening to what I'm talking, right? So now it goes back to he's winning. But watch how quickly she gets back in control.
You decide to ridicule me in my skirt, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding, Faith.
I don't like the length, and I don't think it matches the sweater is my problem with it.
That right there. She's going, no. You don't understand. I'm not saying that you shouldn't wear a skirt. Men can wear skirts if they want. I'm saying your fashion sense sucks. I'm saying that you don't have style. That honestly was genius of her, right? That's psychological ninja stuff right there, because he basically came in and going, hey, look at this. I made my point. And she came in and goes, you jumped to conclusions. No. Plausible deniability. She's like, I wasn't attacking you for wearing that because I don't think men should wear it. I was attacking you for wearing a dress that doesn't fit your body type very well. That is what she was doing here. That's master level as well. Psychological ninja.
But now, wait a second. I said that when men stand up for themselves, what do they expect from women? Ridicule. You proved it, didn't you?
I did. I'm guilty right here. I admit it.
Okay, so then he kind of came back and held his cool, and you know, he didn't lose either because he goes, look, I just proved my point. So he did a really good job too. And then she came back and actually admitted responsibility. Look, I did it. My fault. Again, that's a rare trait you'll ever see a woman admitting responsibility, but she was kind of doing it tongue in cheek. But yeah, man, that right there, that exchange for both of them, really well done. But women have so much practice at this that she still came out ahead. Man, maybe not ahead, but to her audience, she came out ahead. To most women or blue-pilled men, she came out probably ahead. I don't think the other guy lost, but you just see how good she is at this game. Did she listen to what he was saying? No, she spun it in her own clever way.
Question. Yes, my question is directed to him. What's your name again? Ross. I think you're gonna.
She said that Ross. She said it Ross.
Ross, I think you're gonna end up.
Say it right. Ross.
Ross. I think you're gonna end up a very lonely man.
But you gotta understand, he says quite the contrary. He says he has a much better dating.
Guys, in my notes, I wasn't gonna stop it there, but this is just ridiculous. Like, that's her big moment. Look at, she's wearing a mullet right here. Look at her, look up at her. She's like, yeah, that's right. I said my piece. And she gets the clapping from her minion women behind there. I think you're going to end up alone. And all the girls clap. It's such BS, man. All right, let's go.
Life, romance life, sex life now.
It's incomparably better. Yeah. I mean, you know, let's look at reality. The reality is that nice guys not only do nice guys finish last, they often don't even get into the race. And you want to talk about fashion. If a woman does like a nice guy, it's her way of making a fashion statement. It's fashionable for her to like that.
And Ross is absolutely right. Women have a lot of sexual power, and he has the courage to say that. He's making a mistake, though. He's encouraging men to simply surrender to that power. And I think, you know, if you're a man and you follow Ross's advice, you're going to get more sex, but you're going to have less self-respect. There are more important things in life than getting laid.
We all disagree on that point, but let me get to the commercial break, and we'll come back and find out why in a moment.
All right, and he brought up an interesting discussion. Interesting discussion that probably is going on in the red pill community. is that the MRA guy said, "Hey, Ross is right," or whatever his arrogant attitude works. But he's saying that Ross lacks self-respect because he's playing into the desire of this just to get laid. I have two. I could argue both sides to this one because I can't sit here and speak for Ross and say that, yeah, he pedestalizes women and he lacks self-respect and he goes out of his frame to attain women. To me, everything I've seen from Ross doesn't look like he goes out of his frame to attain women. He just knows how to do it. So that's where there's a conflation. Some guys are like, well, oh, you're going to learn things about women just to sleep with them. Oh, look, you need validation. It's like, that's a very basic way of looking at it. Yes, there are some guys that need validation, but there are others that just know how to play the game and it's fun. So on this one, I can't side with either of these guys on this one because I don't know any more about Ross Jeffries and his mindset here. But that's an interesting discussion there, guys. It's like there's definitely a point where you lose your own self-respect if you're doing things okay, actually, here's a perfect example maybe. I used to, when I would say like girl crazy in my biggest like mainstream days of sleeping around, I would say there was definitely times where I did things that I wouldn't normally do or I wouldn't necessarily want to do. I kind of compromised my beliefs for women. So in that sense, if I was still going down that route, I could see what he's saying, losing some self-respect. But here's where I would say it's different, right? Okay, so here's an example. If a girl, especially these days, guys, like I've told you, I've lost a lot of friendships over being a Trump supporter and being vocal about it. If a woman says these days to me, Adam, did you vote for Trump? Adam, blah, blah, blah. There's not a bone in my body that will back down, and I will always say the truth. I'm not going to back. Whereas if I go back 7 years or so, when I was just like, dude, whatever. This girl's going to be totally frozen up if I was a Trump supporter. I'll be like, no, I didn't vote for Trump, and I could play along or whatever to get what I wanted. So if that's the route, then I would agree. You lose some self-respect. So it's a line. I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on situation by situation. But like nowadays, I will not compromise myself. I won't go to some girl's place. Some guys go, never invite a girl to your place. Then she knows you're live. It's like, I don't care. I don't want to drive to women. So that's something that I do now is I used to drive to women to hang out with them because I was like, oh, I'm going to get it in. Now I just don't. If she doesn't come to me, I don't care. Whatever. I'll do something else. I'll read a book. I'll work on my business. I'll go play some Xbox. But yeah. All right, where are we at here? Oh, I know where we're at.
And we're back. You have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think that they just have had bad experiences with women, so they're just somewhat poisoned against women in general.
True?
Never fails. Every show we do, we talk about our feelings.
All right. I'm just jumping in here to just say, this is 1992 and all these women already look like men with their haircuts? Okay, I was wrong. I thought this was more pronounced more lately. Apparently, this has been going on for a long time. I guess I'm still a young pup in the feminism days. But I did want to point this out for my usual second half crew. That I've noticed this entire interview, Mr. Illuminati over here, or whatever he's doing, sitting here with his triangle on his lap, or his pyramid, whatever he's trying to do here, and he's a little talking point for China or the deep state or whoever the heck he is. I noticed this, and that bugs me, this little guy here. And you know what? He has no soul in his eyes either, so maybe he sold his soul. Either way, he sold his soul to try to get women, like a little Betamon. So I don't know what's going on with this cat here. I don't know if he's bought and paid for. Could be. Either way, he's just a puppet of some sort. He's either a puppet to a woman, or he's a puppet to China, or he's a puppet to the bankers. I don't like Betamon Bruce.
Stands up and said we've had bad experiences. You're trying to trivialize what we're saying, and I resent it. It's the hostility that men and women have for each other that's poisoning our relationships. We've got to be able to talk about it and listen to one another non-judgmentally.
I don't think I've been poisoned. I think I'm just doing what works.
Faith,
it's a matter of doing what works.
Excuse me. One thing the women's movement has taught me is to avoid speaking for other people. So I would like to ask you, if you think that men need to change in some fundamental ways and do a better job at listening to you, please clap your hands.
What's smarmy? Wait a minute. Do we have... This guy's like he's running... This guy's like he's running for office here. He knows how to...
You look at, and even in this scene, he's holding his triangle, his pyramid there. And Ross is here. Okay, again, I'm gonna drink with Ross here because this is shout out, guys. I wonder what I would do these days because this is what I would do. Well, I know what I would do, I guess, these days. I would do exactly what he's doing. I'd be like, look at this guy. He's like a little politician. He's a talking puppet. He has no thoughts of himself. And I would probably look over and I'd point to him and I'd go, what are you making with your hands there? Just to see what he's up with. Maybe he's just going, oh, I learned this in body language class. Hold the triangle, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he would, but I would try to get a read on him. I would say it to him and I would see, and I'd look in his eyes and I'd stare into his soul. And I would try to figure out if he's just some Illuminati puppet. Or if he's just like, I took some body language class and they told me to put my hands like this. Oh, man.
The crowd, okay?
And you know,
I'm not interested.
But you know what? It's not a stretch for him to get this audience to agree with his point.
Wait a minute, but
yeah, you know what? Betamon Bruce sucks. I want to show that point one more time, actually. Okay, what a...
And I resent it. It's the hostility that men and women have for each other that's poisoning our relationships. We've got to be able to talk about it and listen to one another non-judgmentally.
I don't think I've been poisoned. I think I'm just doing what works.
Faith,
it's a matter of doing what works.
Excuse me. One thing the women's movement has taught me is to avoid speaking for other people. So I would like to ask you, if you think that men need to change in some fundamental ways and do a better job at listening to you, please clap your hands.
What's smarmy? Wait a minute. Do we have... This guy's like he's running... This guy's like he's running for office here. He knows how to work the crowd, okay?
Come on, man. 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 Come on, man.
You teach me and I'll teach you.
Betamon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Betamon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh, man, that's bad. Oh, man. All right. Check this out, guys. Here's another thing you need to know about women. Okay. You can't convince her to want you. Think of women like quicksand. The harder you try to impress her, the more you will sink beneath her. Counterintuitive, just like quicksand. The more you struggle, the more you fight, the more you try, the illusion of action, thinking you need to do stuff. Oh, I need to impress her. I need to do this for her. I need to stand up on this game show and say, I'm a male feminist. The future is female. The more you do that, you're struggling. The quicksand, the women pull you under and they stand over you laughing at your little Betamon face. You guys, women are quicksand. The more you try, the further deep you sink beneath her.
And you know,
I'm not interested.
But you know what? It's not a stretch for him to get this audience to agree with his point.
Wait a minute, but I am not interested in what applies in the mummified halls of academia. I understand
I'm not speaking as an academic.
PhD,
I'm not
which stands
speaking
for
as an
file higher
academic.
and deeper. I'm talking for the little guy out there who gets his head kicked in and always winds up being the buddy, the big brother, and here is, let's be friends. You want a friend, lady? Get a dog.
Okay. And here's the thing. Here's the thing you have to know about Bruce, Faith. Here's the thing that's important for women. There's something important for women to know about Bruce.
We just met. How do you know about him?
But he's doing something that men have done for centuries to women, and it always backfires. He's putting you up on a pedestal. He's keeping you free from criticism. I respect you enough to, if I think you're full of it, I'm going to tell you. He won't.
You know what, men?
Yeah, wait, see, that's another good point, right? It says, I respect you enough to tell you if you're full of it. He won't. Totally true. So let's see if Bruce has been putting women on a pedestal. Let's take a definition here. All right, so what would we call a simp? A man that puts himself in a subservient, submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. Bruce going, I think us men need to give away our power, and it's women's turn. Okay, a man that puts too much value on a female for no reason. I think it's time for men to give up their power and give it to women. A man that prides himself with chivalry in hopes of getting sexual gratification from women. Oh, that's a typo on the old Urban Dictionary. From women. From women. I think he's totally a Betamon simp. Bruce. I think by definition, he's actually this. Now, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. You guys, you got to understand this with women. Once she's decided you are a simp or a Betamon, you can't turn back that clock. You can't turn back that clock. It is infinitely easier to get with a new woman than to try to get your ex back or to try to get back with an old girl. Because if you guys broke up or she did something, it's because she started to look at you as a simp or a Betamon. You can't turn back that clock. So Betamon Bruce here is putting off all this image, oh, empower women, all that. He's thinking he'll get all these women around and then maybe he can schmooze them or do whatever he is. No, because they already put Betamon Bruce into the simp category and you can't turn back the clock with women. That is why, right? It's a viral thing going around. I saw it like 2 years ago when it came out. But it's the Joe Rogan clip where he had that female on that her boyfriend was an MMA fighter. And the way he got knocked out wasn't manly enough. So she broke up with him. She couldn't look at him the same after that. The way that this MMA fighter, UFC Chad, as we call him, the way that he got knocked out by another alpha man, she didn't like how he got knocked out. She had to break up with him. She couldn't look at him the same. Once she has decided you are a simp, right, in her mind, I don't know what woman in her right mind, right, is already putting some guy that's willing to walk into a ring like that and fight someone like that into the simp category. But in her mind, she's been probably dating those type of men for a long time. If she decides you're a simp, you can't turn back the clock. Game over. She feels like she rules over you.
To do what the point of the women's movement is not to make everyone feminine. The point, as I understand it, is to make everyone whole. So what men need to do is reclaim the femininity that we've lost.
I can't believe you. I'm the one who's sitting here in a skirt. You're the one who's dressed in very conservative male attire. You haven't begun to question anything about masculinity.
I want to put women on a pedestal so I can look up your skirts. I mean, I don't have any problem with it.
There's an absolute...
Hey, Ross.
But there's too much going on, guys. There's too much going on. There's too much going on. The MRA guy looks at Betamon Bruce and goes, dude, I can't even freaking believe you. I can't believe the words you're saying. You haven't questioned anything about masculinity. I'm the one wearing a skirt, and I can't believe the Betamon simp words that are coming out of your mouth. That's so funny. And then you got Ross over there that says, I don't mind putting women on a pedestal, then I can look up their skirts. Okay. So from that wording, technically, I would agree that that's lacking your self-respect if, like, that's your wording. Oh, yeah, I'll put her on a pedestal so I can look up her skirt. But the vibe I'm getting from Ross and all of this is he's just having fun. I don't take him to be a Betamon. I don't take him... Even when he says something like that, he's just owning who he is and just laughing about it because he probably realizes these women aren't going to listen to anything we say. So although on one hand I didn't like his response, like you should never put a woman on a pedestal in my mind, at the same time, the way he did it is pretty perfect. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind putting a woman on a pedestal so I can look up her skirt because he just owns who he is. And when you do that, the beautiful thing is that you now have freedom to live however the heck you want to live. That's what I love about that, is that he can say whatever the heck he wants now, and it's allowed because he's the guy that speaks his mind. He has made that known. That is the smartest move, in my opinion, of what he's doing here. Is he's just like, I don't care what comes at me. I can say what I want, and people already think that I'm wrong. So now I can just say whatever the heck I want, and I don't care. I like that. That's smart. Instead of painting yourself into a corner where now it's like you say something wrong and they go, well, look at this, you're a misogynist. You think he cares? You think Ross cares if someone calls him a misogynist? He's like, I don't care. Yeah, I'm a misogynist. Whatever. What else you got at me? I don't care. Of course I'm a misogynist because I'm a man and I'm so much better than any of the women I meet. So why wouldn't I be a misogynist, right? He owns the villain role. So now he's free. That's the beauty of it. That is, man, maybe I'm having an epiphany right now, but one of the things that I used to pride myself on, I can say in my Betamon days, was being the nice guy. Oh, the parents are going to love me.
We're finally going to get our drinks
When I
on.
meet the parents, then, oh man, the girl's going to fall in love with me because I'm really good with the parents. They're going to think I'm such a nice guy. But then you have this, you actually, guys, here you go. Here's a real world example. When I was a public school teacher and people saw me on the weekend, the people that knew me that saw me on the weekends, and they saw me partying, they saw me getting with women, all that stuff. When they go, Adam, what's your job? And I was like, I'm an elementary school teacher. They were all like, whoa, what? You teach kids? So I had this stigma attached to me where it's like I couldn't just freaking be what I wanted to be because they're like, no, you teach children. You can't seduce women. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't drink alcohol. But once I rid myself of that, right? Guys, you guys gotta understand. I went from the innocent second grade teacher to a lot of people that knew me to the guy that speaks out about women and is pretty not censored about anything. There was a big shift in those perceptions of that. But what I love right now is that I can say whatever I want. Like I mentioned, I can drink beer whenever I want. I couldn't drink beer while I was a second grade teacher giving my slides online, right? I drink beer whenever I want. I rolled up a joint in the other room that maybe later tonight, if I feel like it, I will go in there, bring it on in here and smoke up a joint and continue going. Do whatever I want. That's the beauty of owning what you want to be and not trying to shapeshift into some, I'm this little Betamon, I'm this little la la la, I should say this or that. So that's what I love about what Ross is doing right there. He has freedom. That's true freedom. All right, look at these ladies in the audience, by the way. Hey, Nico Greco donated to the beer fund. I appreciate you, Nico Greco, my man. I'd say you're one of the all-time sponsors on this channel. Where are we at here? Okay.
Yes, let me just ask, one second, please. Ross, is there a woman in the audience that you'd like to ask out?
Pardon me?
Is there a woman in the audience you'd like to ask out?
I'm booked up for 1993. Sorry, ladies.
You have a question?
Yeah, I'd like to know when is the last time you had a real commitment with a lady, and did she respect how you treated her?
I cannot hear you. One more time.
Man, guys, I'm sorry. In my notes, I tell myself, like, stop. I have, like, 50 seconds before I'm supposed to stop it. But
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
even, I just keep noticing these things. Watch what she does. This is a tell when you're on a date with a girl. Okay, your neck is one of your most vulnerable places. Someone can just come for your throat. Same with like your heart. That's why when people have closed off body language, it means they're not comfortable with you. If someone's open like that, it means they're comfortable. because you're exposing some of the most vulnerable parts of your body. So just like this, right? When a woman has her hair and she brushes her hair off from her neck, she exposes her neck, that's showing a sign of attraction. Watch this. Why I'm pointing that out to you is because the guy that owns who the heck he is, Ross right here, watch this girl asking the question. She asks it with attitude, but her body language doesn't lie. Watch what she does with her hair. I notice these things because to me they're important. They tell a lot to the story. The words are lies. The actions are everything. Never believe what a woman says. Watch how she acts.
Sorry, ladies.
You have a question?
Yeah, I'd like to know when is the last time you had a real commitment with a lady? And did she respect how you treated her?
I cannot hear you. One more time.
When is the last time you had a real relationship with a lady?
What makes you think it's your business?
See? My business? Well, you're sitting up there. You're sitting up there like you know everything about women.
And deal with the issues.
He just made a personal
hang on a second, Ross. I think it is a fair question, and I will tell you why I think it is a fair question, because you wrote this book saying you got the answers.
You know what? At the moment, I'm having lots of fun. I don't have a personal commitment to one person. Although I have been with someone I've loved for a long time, me.
Let me ask you.
You guys, he keeps going. All right, and when I go back to you guys and I tell you guys, I remember the ebook I read when I was like, there's no way this is the truth about women. It was some deep, dark web I found myself on and download this ebook. Like, oh, I hope no one can see, what this looks like on the credit card statement, like all that stuff. This is the persona of what is known as cocky funny. I never necessarily like to boil it down to just be cocky funny because it's like, you can do that so wrong. But that's exactly the persona that you're seeing right here. Cocky funny is like whatever they throw at him, he just owns it. You put women on a pedestal, yeah, so I can look up their skirt. He goes, well, I've been in a relationship with someone for the last, 5 or whatever years that I really love, myself. That's the cocky funny. He just brushes things off and enjoys his time having fun. Women love that. Women love that. Women absolutely love that. Even though they'll tell you, oh, I don't like that. Oh, he's so full of himself. Notice the attention that this guy gets compared to the other two. Women love that.
Given that, let me ask you this. Do you care if a woman is satisfied the one that you're with?
It goes without saying she's going to be satisfied if she's with me. Now, listen, let me tell you something. I'm serious about one thing. I'm being a little obnoxious to get a response, but I'm serious about one thing.
Got it.
I honestly do believe that there's no better way a woman can win, spiritually, physically, emotionally, than being with me. I really believe that. I really do.
Answer the question. Is it?
Okay, he believes. This is what I love about. I love showing this stuff because people have such a mixed connotation of what they think like an alpha male is or what he's embracing. It's like this guy does not look like what you would call an alpha male. He doesn't look like an alpha male. His mindset is very alpha. The way he's talking about things is very alpha. He genuinely believes that any woman that is with him, it's the best thing for her mentally, physically, and spiritually. He genuinely believes that. Guys, I feel the exact same way. I feel the exact same way, and you should too. That is the way that you should feel. So any guys that are done with dating, that's totally fine too, because either way, that mindset should be inside. No matter what, this woman will be better off physically, mentally, and spiritually by being with me. She absolutely will. In my mind, it's no question, right? I can unprogram women from this matrix they're in. I can give them spirituality. I can convince them of all of this. I can teach her healthy foods to eat. I juice every day and I do the smoothies and all that stuff. I can do all that. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Right? If a girl is going to hang out with me, she knows she's not getting commitment. That's for sure. But when she hangs out with me, we're going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. Yeah, we're going to smoke some weed. She's going to pick up maybe some bad habits, you might say. But we're going to smoke some weed and we're going to have a fruit tray to eat that night. She's going to learn some health habits. I'm going to force down her throat that Trump is not some big, mean old guy like she thinks. She's going to learn. She's going to learn mentally. Spiritually, I've taken some girls down some roads there too. But that's the attitude to have. That's the attitude he has. That is why I go. I don't care what this guy looks like, right? We could look at this guy. I don't know. I don't judge men necessarily. Like, looking at that, I don't believe he looks like a guy that girls would be like, oh, fawning over. But his attitude, I already know. It's like women want him. I know that because I know his attitude. And that's what matters. And he truly believes it. That's the other thing. So any guys that go, well, no, it's not about that. I've had that attitude before. You need to have 6-pack abs and all that. It's like, no. You haven't truly had the attitude that he has then. You haven't truly had that attitude. Because when you truly have that attitude, women respond. They really do.
Goes without saying she's going to be satisfied if she's with me. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm serious about one thing. I'm being a little obnoxious to get a response, but I'm serious about one thing.
Got it.
I honestly do believe that there's no better way a woman can win, spiritually, physically, emotionally, than being with me. I really believe that. I really do.
Answer the question. Does it matter to you if the woman is satisfied?
Yes.
It does matter.
Because she's going to come back for more. Of course it matters. It's in my own interest to see that she's satisfied. It's chapter 18 in my book.
And it's pathetic. Ross's arrogant attitude works with women. I think it's pathetic. I think it's pathetic.
But you seem to be putting the blame on women.
Well, he's been conditioned by women. This is the result. This is what you get. You get a fellow like Ross.
John, take a wide shot of the audience.
I love everything that's going on here because I don't disagree necessarily with the middle guy. Either. I still, and even the middle guy, look how his body language is. He's siding as well with Ross. Look at his body language. This is why I pointed this out earlier. Look where he's leaning towards. He's on Ross's team. He knows it's them two versus the Betamon male feminist and the host and every woman in the audience. He knows that. That is where, right? This is where, and I'm going to say, I think Coach Greg Adams does a very, very good job of this, of bringing people from all of those aspects together instead of just like this, right? There's two people against the world right now. Those two people should ally and have each other back. He's taking some shots at Ross, but that's what we kind of see sometimes when we have the MGTOW community, the Red Pill community, and all the intermixing. It's like, it's those two people versus the world, versus the entire world in this atmosphere. They should want to stick together. Again, that's why I shout out Coach Greg Adams. He does a very good job, in my opinion, of not alienating groups. I don't do that necessarily a good job. I can fully admit that. Until I was basically threatened to get kicked off YouTube, the second half of my live streams had no purpose, only to literally, right, alienate my audience, the people that didn't believe I did. Me going, I'm a Trump supporter and I will never back down to that, that only alienates my audience. That's stupid. Coach Rick Adams is smart. I don't know what his beliefs are about that. Maybe you guys do. Maybe if you watch more of them than I do. But in my opinion, like, right, he does a good job of including people in what it should be. These two guys should be on a team now. The MRA guy is taking shots at the PUA guy here, but they agree on 95 to 96 to 97% of things. They should be on a team here. His body language says they're on a team. His words, he's like, yeah, this is what he's conditioned to be. But Ross himself is just like, whatever. He doesn't try to fight the guy in the middle. He's like, yeah, that's right. That's who I am. That's the freedom that Ross has. He just owns whatever the heck he is.
Put your hands down for a second. Take a wide shot of the audience. Does anyone here find Ross's approach to women appealing?
Oh, they're going to admit it. Come on, Faith. Come on, they're not going to. Number one, what we have here.
What? I didn't hear that. What?
She said we don't even find Ross appealing.
What we have here is a phenomenon called denial. That's what we have.
I think Ross is denying something very important here.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Falling through the audience. What are you screaming about? You just threatened me. Stand up here. Why did you threaten me to come over here with the microphone immediately? Stand up.
Okay, because first of all, I find this utterly preposterous. You know, you're sitting there and you're putting us down to a certain extent, and what you fail to realize, both of you,
okay, is that without your mothers, you wouldn't be here. There's a, hush,
Positive about fathers? Wait a second, I'm waiting to hear something positive about fathers.
You have your turn, hush. I'm not done. I am not done.
You've had your say for 25 years, and I'm not going to let you shout me down.
No, moving right along.
Say something about fathers.
Moving right along.
Do you hate your father?
Fathers didn't have to carry you,
You
for
hate
9
your father?
months. That's
Do you
not
hate
the
your
question.
father?
Moving
Hey,
right
say
along.
something nice about your
I think that you're very, excuse me. Oh, I must have hit a nerve. Is your
You
skirt
did.
too tight?
You said something very
Moving right along, as I was saying to you,
I'm
right?
listening to you.
I think that you're a very sad individual, let alone you're not even getting any p. Let's get real about it.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way. Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
When I mentioned the modern attitude toward women, I am shocked. That was 1992. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. That masculine scolding energy, the pointing, don't talk, da. Now, I'm telling you this. If a man was trying to spew nonsense to me and doing this, don't talk, you had your turn too, and trying to command me just like that, that's disgusting energy either way. For people to just sit here and try to preach like that is disgusting to me. That's so gross.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
Nasty. That was in 1992. Man, I thought it was better out there.
Let me tell you, just from listening to you, right? Wait a minute, hold up. Just from listening to you, baby sugar, I can tell that you are using the 5 fingers of death, okay? And you really need to get real with yourself and others.
I'm very sorry. I have to get to a commercial break. I have to get to a commercial break here. And I have to say that I'm not sure if spelling it will qualify with the censors. I'll be interested to find out if spelling it makes a difference with the censors. We'll be back.
Oh, it's good, man. How are these hidden gems still on the internet without being exposed yet? Guys, if you have good videos like this, please send them to me. On YouTube, comment below, send me the link, whatever, or Instagram, send me a DM, man. I love this type of stuff. So again, Beautiful03, shout out to you. I can't believe this has been around since 92 and I never had seen this.
Well, we are back, and you had something you wanted to say.
I have a question for Ross. How do you define a relationship?
You're not gonna
Because
spell,
all
are you?
it sounds like is that you define it as sex. If that's all you're looking for, get a prostitute and leave the rest of us
Right.
alone. We
Let me
don't
answer. Faith, thank you. That's an intelligent question. Let me answer it. Here's your answer. Doesn't matter whether you're looking for one steady relationship or a lot of women, whichever one you want, you still have to use the attitudes I outline in my book to get it. If you're weak, if you're a wimp, if you're too happy to be there, if you want to wash her car and be her wimp, you're not going to get a lot of women, you're not going to get one woman, you won't have a steady relationship, you won't have one-night stands. It applies no matter what you're looking for.
Yeah, do anybody agree with that?
No.
I mean,
But the men watching this know I'm telling the truth. I don't care. I really don't.
Yeah. Okay, so do anyone in the audience agree with that? And all the women go, no, they don't agree with that. Okay, here's why. Are they truthful? To an extent. Because All right, here is exactly what a Betamon is to these women. The beta needs, the Harry and Minkus of the world. Again, shout out if you are named Harry or Minkus and you're not a Betamon. Sorry, you're just kind of looped in with the Karens these days with this one. The Betamon needs guy, think of him as feeding her non-sexual wants and desires. A man that will worship her. That's security to the woman that he will never leave her. A man that can provide financially. That is security for her financially. And a man that will be a caring father or husband. That's security to her family prospects. So when women here go, oh no, that's not right, that's not what we want, blah, 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 it's because, right, there's some truth to that. Theoretically, they do want to all land their little Betamon, Harry and Minkus, to worship her, to provide her financial security, and to be the father and husband to her illegitimate children. Of course, that's what women want. So they'll never give you the actual truth about it, because what woman wouldn't want these guys hanging around waiting for them after they've hit the wall? Every woman wants that. So they're going to play it off like that's bad advice, right? You've heard this probably a million times, now 1,000,001. The fish doesn't ask the fisherman. Wait, the fisherman doesn't ask the fish how best to catch it. The fish wouldn't give good advice. The fish doesn't want to be caught. Same thing. Women, don't expect women to reveal the truth about what they're attracted to, what works with women. Expect them to spew lies and nonsense. Yeah, the fish. If you ask the fish, as a fisherman, hey, fish, what do I need to do to catch you? The fish would say, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to drop down 40 pounds of my favorite food. Drop it down for me, and then let me eat it all up, and then I'm going to just swim on shore and flop on there for you. Super easy. You don't have to do anything. Of course the fish is going to say that. Don't listen to the fish if you're a fisherman.
What they think. The men do know.
So you know what my fear is that the men watching this might believe you.
Well, they do believe me. I have fans
Faith,
all over the country.
Absolutely not. For example, Faith, Playboy magazine bills itself as entertainment for men, but I'm here to say that a lot of men do not consider it entertaining. We don't think it's entertaining.
You actually led a boycott against Playboy on your campus.
Yes, ma'am.
When they came to shoot the, what College Girls
the
of the East or
October
whatever
Women
that
of
is.
the Big East issue. And we wanted to send a message loud and clear that a lot of men don't consider this a form of entertainment, and that it's important for us to set a good example for people and simply not to buy pornography and let people know that this is unacceptable behavior.
Why do you want to deny male biology? This is, see, part
Betamon. Betamon. This is fun because I wonder what this feminist from 1992 who took a stance against pornography, how he would feel if he came out right now as a feminist in his stance against pornography. When there's OnlyFans, when the adult workers are real workers too type push on this feminism movement, I wonder if he would agree with Cardi B's WAP. I wonder if he would agree with sugar daddies. I wonder if he would agree with OnlyFans. I wonder if this male feminist back then in 92 would still agree with it today, which is also another lesson. When you get into certain ideologies, when it gets crazier and crazier, eventually the crazier eats the crazy alive. You get eaten by your own kind. This is why I will take a little transition real quick and to just say, during this, in my opinion, illegitimate presidency of our man,
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Joseph Biden, or whoever's wearing the mask that's playing his character right now. This has been one of the most peaceful times to me in the last 4 years. Because I don't sit here and have to defend my man
A great, great wall.
I don't have to defend his every move anymore. Instead, if I wanted to, I could be on the offensive and make all of these Betamon defend their man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
And just watch what he's doing to destroy the country. Just watch. I could just sit back and be like, oh, this is great. I don't have to defend anything. These lunatics that got mad at me for my beliefs have to now defend this clown. It's freeing, man. Oh, it's freeing. Oh, because when you get on that side, man, you're going to eat yourself or they will eat you eventually.
The intellectual bankruptcy of feminism is they want to deny the reality of male human biology. It's male human biology to become aroused looking at beautiful naked women.
You want to repeal the First Amendment?
That is biology.
The fact that something is natural does not mean it is good. The Hurricane Andrew is natural, but we don't want to say that it's good.
Male sexuality is good. This audience is having an orgy now. You're getting off on the man bashing. There's no hope. There's no hope.
Look at these people in the audience. By the way, Jessica. Hey. Wrong, we want equality. Bad boys are a-holes. And nice guys get the ladies. All right. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by nice guys get the ladies? Do they get the ladies that are 35 after they're done with all their bad boys days? Is that them winning? What is your definition? And hey, I'm just saying, stick around. At the end of this, if I have time for people to come on, I would love for you to come on and let's talk about this. Let's flush this out there and try to figure out what you're doing. I will give you the spotlight to try to convince us if you stick around.
Can anybody say anything positive about men? Let's just one person say something positive.
Wait a minute. No, I don't think. Well, hang on one second. I don't think that these women are all bashing all men. I think that they disagree with your points of view. Don't confuse it.
Let them say something positive about men.
Okay, satisfy them. Have them pipe down on it. Say something positive.
It's not positive.
Pick up their socks. Just say they pick up their socks.
Pick up your socks, first of all. Second of all, the one in the middle who's in a dress. If you have such an attitude toward women and you feel how women are, why do you want so much to look like one?
You guys, look at this. Look at this. They can't do it. They can't do it. They can't admit one positive thing about men.
Having an orgy now. You're getting off on the man bashing. There's no hope. There's no hope. Can anybody say anything positive about men? Let's just one person say something positive.
Wait a minute. No, I don't think. Well, hang on one second. I don't think that these women are all bashing all men. I think that they disagree with your points of view. Don't confuse it.
Let them say something positive about men.
Okay, satisfy them. Have them pipe down on it. Say something positive.
It's not positive.
Pick up their socks. Just say they pick up their socks.
Pick up your socks, first of all.
They couldn't do it. The entire audience of women couldn't find one thing positive about men.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd. It's time I go my own way.
They cannot find one positive thing to say about men. Right? This is why we only needed two of the 5 reasons men are walking away. Because look how big this is. Modern attitude towards men. This was in 92. The future is female. Feminist, not equalist. He can't handle a strong woman. Men compete all day long. They don't want to compete when they come home to a strong woman. They don't want that. Men need work. Women are perfect. Men need to change. Women are finally liberated, and we need to accept that. It's all one-sided. And it's a disgusting attitude that they had in 92, and it's worse now for most women. It's worse now. Ugh, gross.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd. It's time I go my own way.
Second of all, the one in the middle who's in a dress. If you have such an attitude toward women and you feel how women are, why do you want so much to look like one?
Wait a second, Faith, hold it. No, I was attacked. No, I want this woman to stand up. I want people to see what she's wearing.
Hold on, guys. I gotta go. Talk to you later. I'm busy. Hey, have fun, Jess. I'm just saying. Good luck. Good luck. Women out there, you want to come debate me? Good luck. Good luck. I'm not going to play into your emotional games. I'm not going to play into whatever distraction you're going to try to throw at me. I'm going to stick to facts. Good luck. Good luck.
Sport coat, and an oversized sport coat and a pair of pants. Why are you dressing like a man?
This is not a man's jacket and pants.
Shame on you for attacking me. Shame on you for attacking me.
All right, over here.
God, this is too good. There's too many of these things. I know I have it somewhere on here. Here it is. The opposite game, projection. If a woman's guilty of something, she will use a classical Betamon Biden political technique, projection. She will accuse you of shady behavior if she is secretly acting shady. Yeah, we get that in a sense. Well, guess what she did right here out openly? Yeah, well, I don't care what anything you said. If you are so mad at women, why did you dress like one? Oh, my man Mel pointed something out to us.
Slow it down. I still got the feeling, baby.
My man Mel was ready for this. Good luck, ladies. Here it comes.
The one in the middle who's in a dress. If you have such an attitude toward women and you feel how women are, why do you want so much to look like one?
Wait a second, Faith, hold it. No, I was attacked. No, I want this woman to stand up. I want people to see what she's wearing. Sport coat, and an oversized sport coat and a pair of pants. Why are you dressing like a man?
This is not a man's jacket and pants.
Shame on you for attacking me. Shame on you for attacking me.
All right, over here.
That was good on his part, guys. She attacks him for wearing a dress. Again, my stance is I'm not on board with that. I'm not on board with that. I already told you why. If it was to make a statement, fine, but I don't want you brainwashing the young children that are impressionable right now. So I'm not on board with that, but he did a really good job of just going, whoa, hold on. You're going to call me out for wearing a dress, but stand back up and let's see what you're wearing, Tubby. Let's see. You're dressing exactly like a man with a sport coat. She just made fun. Oh, come on. It's too easy. Yet, I wonder how many women watching this thought that the women were winning the whole time. I bet you a lot of them, guys. That's the funniest thing about this. It's just interesting. That's the word that I've lived with. It's interesting. It's just interesting. Yikes.
Pants. Why are you dressing like a man?
This is not a man's jacket and pants.
Shame on you for attacking me. Shame on you for attacking me.
All right, over here.
This is for Ross. You got a real nasty attitude towards women. And that's why you ain't got none.
Let me
you don't know what they want. You don't know nothing about women. You need to talk to one from the heart.
Right.
And talk to him.
You know, if you're going to sugarcoat it and beat around the bush, how can we have a discussion?
Stop trying to figure him out because you can't figure him out. And you with a dress, how you expect women to listen to you?
But I love her though.
She belongs to the street.
So sad, so sad, so sad. That you can Josh.
She belongs to the street.
You might have said you love that girl, but she belongs to the gang. And when she with me, I let her do her thing.
Gross. Gross. Do you see what she tried to do there? She slipped this in at the very end. She tried to throw this emotional ninja at you. She tried to. Although she looks like a dude. She tried. Right? She said, don't try to figure a woman out. You never will. Think about this. Part of the magic of women is that men operate off the wrong assumption that women never make sense and us men will never figured them out. But social media came along, TikTok came along, Instagram, YouTube came along. How nice would it be to be able to say anything you want and then use the, well, I'm emotional, or it's that time of month, to excuse any behavior that someone calls you out on? It would be great because you could literally say, you'll never figure us out. It was a game plan for success for women. I'm a mirage. You'll never figure me out. Men are so simple and so stupid. That's how women thought about this for the longest time. And then those dumb women, yes, I'm going to say those dumb women got so cocky that they started to post their stupid mentality all over TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Those dumb women, because they can no longer play this game of, oh, you'll never figure us out. It's like, no. We figured you out. We figured you out. And if you expose yourself publicly on the internet, I'm going to break you down. So if any man hasn't figured you out yet, he will by the end. You dummies. You had a perfect game and you blew it by your cockiness. And we figured you out.
Let me respond to her.
Look at Joe. Look at Joe.
I'm angry. Let me respond. I'm angry. Let me respond. She started with me. Let me respond.
Y'all talk about Playboy this and Playboy that. All y'all want is some sex. Y'all don't want no women. Y'all want sex.
Let me respond.
I don't want sex.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a commercial cue. We have to take a break. We'll come back, and I will let you respond when we come back. Very little time left. Ross, you wanted to respond quickly.
Do not make the mistake of thinking that I enjoy having to behave this way. Simply, women have taught me that this is what they respond to. I used to be nice. I used to be sweet. I used to be sensitive. I used to listen. I dated my left hand when I did that.
You guys, that's so funny. And he even says it. This is how I've had to create. If you guys, you think I want to say the things about nice guys, finish last, no, don't be a nice guy, all that stuff. Like, I never wanted to do that, but that's what works. And I'm a truth teller. That's what works. That's what happens. That's what you have to learn to be to beat this game, because women don't want pushovers. They don't want pushovers. He's a scientist. He figured it out, and now I've had guys message me that go, Adam, I remember you in high school. Then I saw your YouTube video, and you've changed so much. You used to be so cool, Adam, and now I just can't agree with your beliefs. It's okay. I understand. But when I'm giving dating or relationship advice to men, I have to be truthful. And this is what works. It doesn't work being the pushover nice guy, always there for him. You become the guy that she grasps onto after she's 30 years old. She wants you to pump a children right into her. It might be Chad's children, by the way, with paternity fraud. But let's get it in quick, and then all of a sudden you can be the provider that I actually married you to be. Not my sexual stud. That's just the truth of it. That's what happens. It's the way it works in today's world. And because of social media, because of online dating apps, and women have these right in their face, you have to embody these traits of being decisive and not caring what she thinks and all that stuff, or you will never stand out from all of the Betamon that she has. You have to adapt or die. That's what he's saying, and it's truthful, especially today's world versus even 1992.
Now, you know,
quickly.
and I used to be more feminist than most feminists. Now I consider myself a recovering feminist now, because now I see how women react. Anytime a man stands up for himself, this is what you do. It's disgusting.
Finally, men have oppressed women for too long, and it has got to stop, and that's what I'm here to say.
Why do women run the publishing business?
Women don't run.
Women run. Wait a minute. Women run the publishing business. Why have I been banned from every bookstore and have to publish it myself? Women run the publishing business.
Because you've written a horrible book, that's why.
Okay, so and that's the end of it. But just like he said there, women run the publishing business. That was in 92. Susan Waj, whatever, runs YouTube. We have all these crazy people in charge of these social media platforms and all that stuff now, where you get shadow banned or whatever, censored for speaking any type of truth. But even right there, this Illuminati hand puppet.
They respond to. I used to be nice. I used to be sweet. I used to be sensitive. I used to listen. I dated my left hand when I did that.
And now, you know,
quickly.
and I used to be more feminist than most feminists. Now I consider myself a recovering feminist now because now I see how women react. Anytime a man stands up for himself, this is what you do. It's disgusting.
Finally, men have oppressed women for too long, and it has got to stop, and that's what I'm here to say.
Why do women run the publishing business?
Women don't run.
Women run.
Look at that. And then he goes back to his Illuminati hand signal there. His little hand puppet signal. Whatever. And this is... All right, so here's what we're going to recap with here, guys. Let's go with a little... Let's go with a Prince quiz, guys. All right, so who did you agree with the most as this goes out? I will admit I'm going to lean this in a certain direction. If you agree with Betamon Bruce the most, you're probably at the wrong channel. That is what I'm going to say. Now, between Mel and Ross, I would expect there's more of a shift. I personally am towards more of the Ross because you guys know where I came from. I came from more of that pickup artist side. Some of you guys might be more towards Mel because of the things he was saying. That's totally fine. But who did you agree with the most? I'm curious. Ross, Mel, or Betamon Bruce? I wanted to leave him out of this, but I figured, you know, for that girl in here that was watching the chat earlier, now she can pick Bruce. Feel good about herself for her vote mattering or something. All right, I'm checking out the chat here for the last one, and then we got some comments from this video, guys. You know, we got some comments. Boom.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
Hey, how was the sound, by the way, guys? Does this work? This is the first time I didn't put these earpieces in. It made it so much better on my part. Hopefully it worked out. Yeah, Ross is like too short. Yeah, a tie between Ross and Mel, exactly. So I... Yeah. I know. Mel had some good points. Ross had some good points, obviously. They attacked it differently. I think Ross came from I think Mel came from the point of view of like, there's enough of this. Somebody needs to speak out about this craziness, this hypocrisy. That's my feeling of where Mel came from. I think Ross came from people can get upset about this or that, but I'm just going to play my game and see what happens. That's just my opinion about kind of where their vibes came from. Again, I don't disagree with either of them. I disagree with Bruce. Betamon Bruce sucks. Betamon Bruce, suck it. Hey, dum-dum sucker in the house. Yeah, Bruce was virtue signaling the whole time. Thank you, Prayer You, for saying the sound worked out. Good to know. Yes, good stuff, guys. All right, let's get to some of the comments while I sip on my beer here. Yeah, Mel had excellent points, but he threw out his window. But if he threw out all this credibility out the window by dressing in a woman's clothing, what a schmuck. Yeah, Bruce had drained nuts because he left drain no play. Cheers, Adam. What's up, Dum Dum Tucker? Yeah, see, that's where I think Bruce, in my opinion, Bruce had the logic on his side. I think maybe because he wore the dress, his long hair and all that stuff, and because he was more like but you don't understand type thing, whereas Ross was just rolling with it. He was like, yeah, you can think whatever you want, right? So the women kind of bought in more to his frame. I think that Mel it did seem like he had logical points, but the women didn't take him seriously because I don't know that the women respected Mel. That is my take. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Women don't respect Bruce, even though they pretended like they did. I think they respected Ross, regardless, whether they liked him or not. They respected him. And that, again, with a woman, she cannot love you in the way that women love unless she respects you. So that's ground one. She has to respect you. There actually probably were women in there that did respect Mel because he didn't back down. So maybe I was wrong about that. But you're right. Some of the other things might have thrown a wrench into his message, I would say. All right, let's get to some of the what level of membership is yellow badging? I don't know. It's being a channel member for a certain amount of months, Danny. That's what it is. It's being a channel member for a certain amount of months. The color changes each time. Yeah, I think the dress is to show the hypocrisy. I agree. See, that's why it was so interesting. Is it was 1992. If it was today's, it was different. Guys, I don't know what the year was. When I was a freshman or sophomore in college, I was partying, so I didn't drink till I was 21, so I think I was partying near the stage, so I was either a sophomore or a junior. But I took an acting class for fun for one of the credits, like a gen ed class. And I also did this in my teaching class. I just don't care. I just don't care what people think. So in my skit, I was the one wearing a dress and being the girl in the skit, and we did some skit. I don't fully remember it, but back then when I was doing those skits or when I was dressing up in a dress, it was very much like, whoa, guys, never do that. He's obviously making a point, and then you could talk about it. It was kind of like surprising. These days, men wear dresses and you're not questioning them, so it's just a different weirdness. That's why when in 1992 he wore the dress, I was like, he's making a statement. But I don't know, because some of you guys are now saying he's transitioned to a woman, so it's weird. I don't know. What a weird situation. Guys, I don't know what's going on in the world. I honestly don't. I see videos where everyone's like siding with the one person that's like looking around at the world going, why are you all wearing masks and telling me to wear a mask? You guys are crazy. I watch videos like that and I'm like siding with the guy that's like, you guys are all crazy. And all the comments are like, wow, that mask, now he's crazy. I can't believe he's not wearing a mask. So I'm just going to tell you guys, I have no idea. I'm definitely one of the crazy people in the world right now. I'm one of the crazy ones because I don't understand. I don't understand where people are at. It's unbelievable, guys. I don't understand. Like, I knew it. I knew people saw differently from me for a long time. I knew that. But it's so clear. I don't get it. I don't understand the world. I don't understand the world. Maybe that's for a reason. Maybe I don't understand Satan's kingdom for a reason. I just don't feel comfortable in this place. But it's weird. This world is so strange. And I in my mind, I honestly don't believe at all that I'm the crazy one. But that's what's so strange is most people around me would consider me the crazy one. I don't understand, guys. I don't get it. Which is so exciting about life. It's such a mystery. Do any of you guys that side with me on this type of stuff and you're still having a hard time embracing the you're the prize mentality? It's like, look around. People don't think for themselves at all. It's shocking to me. It's so shocking to me. I can't believe it. And guys, I've been getting told, moron. I've been getting told I got kicked out of 2 stores for not wearing my mask. That didn't happen a few months ago. People are getting crazier with their masks. I don't get it. I couldn't pick up my pizza I ordered by walking in the store because I had to put on a mask. I had to wait and let them walk it out to me right outside their door so I didn't contaminate the... I don't understand, guys. I don't get it. Oh, man. All you can do is laugh. No, we're supposed to be here. Let's go here. Let's go here. All right, let's look at some of the comments we had here. So here's some comments from the video. Ross, satisfied guy. Mel, frustrated guy. Bruce, simp. All right, I could see the logic there. Imagine the reverse scenario. An audience of men clapping when we call all women dumb. Feminism has poisoned our society. Guys, that was 7 years ago. They left this comment. 7 years ago. I wasn't ready for this 7 years ago. I didn't realize how bad feminism was 7 years ago. I didn't. Wow. Anybody notice how Ross was getting all the attention? I didn't notice that. Dang, Ross is dropping bombs like it is Vietnam. All right, KJ Got Beat says, dang, I like how the women were attacking Ross, but were really interested in him. That's crazy. It really is about what women emotionally respond to. Exactly, guys. That points out the girl that questioned Ross about whatever, but she flipped her hair. It's exactly what it is. Just like Ross said, I don't care what women want. I care what women respond to. Just like I say, yeah, nice guys can finish first if you spin it a certain way with women. But that's the women that are post-wall looking for their Betamon. So in that avenue, yeah, nice guys finish first for the 35-year-old women plus. But in reality, nah. Wow, Ross was way ahead of his time. Again, I give props to Ross for that because that was 92, man. I was just starting my blue pill programming at 92. The Ross is like the Steve Jobs of the PUAs. He's really like the Steve Jobs. He looked like Steve Jobs. He really did. Ross won this before the show was even rolling. I agree. Ross did a good job. He controlled the frame, in my opinion. The guy on the right, that was Betamon Bruce. No words. The desperation is real. We got here, I want to put women on a pedestal so I can look up your skirts. LMFAO. That was Ross's line there. This is great. I love how Ross's frame doesn't buckle. Yeah, so that's where, if I believed Ross's frame, I don't believe that Ross puts women on a pedestal. If I believed Ross's words, he goes, yeah, I put women on a pedestal so I can look up their skirts. That's where when we say believe women's words or women's actions, not their words, it's kind of the same. When there's a guy that understands women and he's dealing with women, it's kind of the same way, right? Don't believe Ross's words of what he was saying there. Believe his actions. His frame told me he wasn't pedestalizing women. His words said he was. I didn't believe his words in that avenue. This is great. Oh, I already saw that. All right. The domineering masculine black chicks show why most men don't like that kind of woman. Men want a woman that can argue without yelling at the top of her voice and trying to be dominant over the man. Yes! Remember that girl? She's like, listen, listen, listen. On the replay, guys, I'll be able to be like, listen, listen, and then I'll show it'll be cooler on the replay. All right. And women don't want a soft, submissive man. Ross was 100% right. Yeah, absolutely. They don't want a soft, submissive man, and not at all. Or no. They're not attracted to that type of man. That's what I should say. They're not sexually attracted to that type of man. Do they want their Betamon that they can manipulate and control? Yes, they do. But they're not attracted to their Betamon. Brett says, it's very interesting to hear the first two guys. The feminist guy was just pathetic. The MRA did a good job of pointing out the tactics of the women were to ridicule any man who tried to buck the system, even to the point where women enforced gender stereotyping on men as to what sort of clothes they could wear, while simultaneously claiming complete freedom for themselves. Exactly. That's the thing we always say. Women want men to be traditional, but women can play whatever card they want. They got the wild card. That's the thing. That's the avenue even of the traditional avenue where it's a danger, is because, right, women want you to be the traditional man. Go with they want you to be the traditional man, but they also want you to go with the times and understand that your sexually liberated woman who has 97 sexual partners, that's for your benefit because now she found herself. That's the indoctrination that we have to deal with. The audience booed the nonconformists, cheered the lapdog, and wished doom on the pickup artist, when all he was saying was that he wanted to have as much sexual power as a woman had. They do everything to ignore or override whatever the men say about their feelings. Correct. Wow, the woman saw how the man was dressed and asked him if it didn't invite harassment? You mean a woman blamed a victim of harassment because of what he was wearing? I thought only men did that. Well, luckily we live in a much more civilized time. Heh. Well done, you guys. I love it. That was 6 years ago. This guy was ahead of his times too. Comments bring me hope, guys. The comments. People aren't putting up with the garbage. Like the president of the United States, Joe Biden. Do you watch any of his what do you call it, ratios of like YouTube when he says something, when he gives a speech? You guys watch any of those ratios before Google gets in there and switches up the ratios? It's horrible. Nobody likes this creepy pedophile. Wasn't supposed to say that. A man that speaks truth has a hard time censoring himself. Oops. All right. Man 1. Man 2. Mangina 3. Totally agree. I don't see anything wrong. Other than the dress thing, I'm not a fan of that, but I liked Ross's vibe. I liked Mel's vibe in this video. Betamon Bruce can suck it. No, he can't. I'm not into that, but screw you, Betamon Bruce. Not a single intelligent person in that audience. Agreed. All right, here's the last comment we have. The best part of this was when all of the women in the audience reacted exactly the way both the MRA and PUA predicted, just moments before the reaction manifested. And we got the title of this video should have been an MRA, a PUA, and a mangina. That is fair. That is fair. That is fair. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, good stuff, guys. Okay. Man, I have a race against the time here. Okay, so, wait, I want to show you guys something. Boom, guys. Wait till you see this. Hold on. You guys know I'm showing you guys this. Boom. Get the beer bottles out of the way. The daily blog goal that Adam has was at 23 days in a row. Did he screw it up? Did he? Did Adam screw up his daily blog goal? We'll find out. What is it at now? 30. Heck yeah. Nope. Bad handwriting. No, I didn't screw it up. Guys, I'm at 30 daily blogs in a row. That's right, textingprince.com. Let me show you guys. 30 daily blogs, guys. I'm keeping this rolling. I want to say my streak before that was probably around 5 in a row. This is a little okay, so with right, anytime I have a goal, if you can put make it simple, right? An X. I just put an X around every day I did my daily blog, and it makes it easier to do it instead of all this not, making it too complicated. 30 freaking days in a row. I'm keeping this going, guys. I'm showing you guys to hold. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark, to hold myself accountable. All right, so check this out. So you go to my website. Beautiful, right? Obviously. Okay, you click on this thing called blog. Boom. And as you can see, boom. Daily blog. You guys can pick it whatever you want. You can go Red Pill, Reddit, MGTOW mindset. I might start putting conspiracy videos up here when I get them edited. It's just you guys know if you've been around here. So anyway, any of these, you freaking click. You click on this, boom, and all of a sudden you can watch the video and the beautiful blog post that I wrote. Now, one more thing about this, guys. One more thing. Gotta say, look at this. February special. Okay? You can try Texting School free. If you purchase Texting School in February, I'm going to throw in my entire online dating program, Swipe Right, to teach you all the online dating tricks. That is going to be free for my February special. You can look at it right there. But hold on, guys. Hold on. This is pretty, by the way. Look at this, guys. This is pretty. All of it. Just look. This is pretty. I want to show you this. You guys know I'm proud of this. All right. This is all me. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, but hold on. Check this out. Hold on. Because let me put the right. Is this the right one? Boom. All right. We're back here. Okay, so is this the right one? Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm supposed to go back to here. Yes. All right. Check this out, guys. So right now, everything you see on my website. So you guys got to understand. Okay, I got a new sponsor here, which I'm excited about. I was a second grade teacher that had no idea how to do anything, and I became a texting and dating coach. I knew how to create a web page, send out emails, create products, create membership sites. If any of you guys have purchased anything from my site, that's all run off of what we call Kajabi. So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. My new beautiful sponsor. This is beautiful because any of you guys that have walked away from the dating stage, but you have an idea in mind about how you want to turn it into a business. If you right now click below the link to this video, you'll see ready to turn your ideas into a business, right? You can get a free 14-day trial to Kajabi, which is the website that I use to show all of my products. It's the website that I use to send my emails. I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. It's all made for you. If you take the free trial, that's it. From my link below this video, send me an email at support@textingprince.com. I'm going to hook you up with a free 30-minute coaching session just for signing up for a free trial. Now, on that coaching session, we can talk about anything. We can talk about women, dating, masculine frame. We can talk about red pilling yourself, all that. But we can also talk about how do you use Kajabi now to start a business, because this is what I learned how to do since 2016. I didn't know how to do anything. So if you're interested, guys, there's only going to be a small few of you that are ready for this, that you have an idea, you want to turn it into a business, you want to figure out how do I attract an audience, how do I get this out there, how do I create a product. My new sponsor, Kajabi, you click the link below this video, and if you take the free trial from my link, that's all you need to do. You don't need to sign up. You don't need to be a continuing member. I'll give you a 30-minute coaching session about anything you want. Boom, baby. I love that, guys, because you guys know I'm kind of stuck in a hard place. I started as a dating coach. I started as a texting coach. And then a lot of guys turned me on to MGTOW. They kept saying MGTOW, and I didn't understand the legal system. Then I understood the legal system. I'm like, whoa, hold on, guys. If marriage is what you're looking for, pump the brakes. That might not be what you want. There's a lot of other things. So you guys know I talk to a split audience almost. I talk to the guys that still want to get out there, learn how to date, learn how to do it the best way. Awesome. The other guys that are going your own way, you're focused on yourself. You're working on your purpose. If you have an idea, you have a business idea, and you want to turn it into something, you're looking at a guy who was a second grade teacher who had no idea how to do anything. And everything that you see from me is on Kajabi. That's how I created this. So, oh my gosh, guys, I have to go. My buddy, I'm supposed to do something in 5 minutes. I was supposed to be done by 9, but all right. So anyway, I love you all, guys. You guys know that. I hope you guys have fun. I hope the voice was better for you. Again, we got my February special. If you're into the dating scene, you want to get out there, kill it on online dating apps, kill it on the text messaging game. I got that all broken down for you. Or forget all that stuff. You have an idea and you're like, dude, I want to create a freaking business. Try Kajabi. There's a 14-day free trial. You can do whatever you want for free. Again, just for taking the trial, I would love to sit down. Free 30-minute coaching session. I don't care what happens with Kajabi on that. But boom, now I can work with both worlds, guys. This is perfect. This is perfect for me. All right, I got to go. I love you all. I am going to go smoke a blunt and hang out with my buddy. See you guys.